Hello and welcome to the penultimate game as part of the group stages of the Vanguard Invitational. Today we are sponsored by Rubbish Snooker and hosted at Cousins Pool and Snooker Bar. Today I am joined by Matt.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and today we're going to see the Wet Bandits versus Maximum Impact. Um, this game perhaps not going to be the most influential. The Wet Bandits cannot move above second place, and Maximum Impact definitely can't move lower than first place. But a fun game before the intense knockouts begin.
Yeah, definitely more of an exhibition match here in the group stages. All not really to be played for because second and third have to play each other anyway in the knockouts. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference whether you finish second or third. Maximum Impact have already secured themselves in first place. So let's look at the game conditions here. There are very few conditions that matter in this game because Maximum Impact has already secured first place. If the Wet Bandits win, they can still get second place in the group stage. Second and third play each other anyway in the knockout, so this match is all but practice for both teams. The most important match will be the next group stage game to decide which team will be eliminated, so enjoy a relaxing, tension-free group stage game for the big group stage finale in the next one. So, exciting stuff here, Simran. Maybe not as exciting as the final group stage match here, but, let's look at the player profiles. Let's see who's playing today.
Yes, let's see if being magnificently moist will help him in this game. Let's see if Byron will be able to be less basic from being a 6'2" white male. Anything is possible. They really have a chance to shine here and play against Maximum Impact in a low pressure game, whereas other teams have seen playing against Maximum Impact really struggle to play against them. So maybe with a lack of tension, they'll do well to play well.
Yeah, maybe Maximum Impact here will want to definitely try and win this game to keep a perfect record in the group stages. So maybe the pressure is just on them. Not really much pressure here on the Wet Bandits to get a win because they're already cemented in either second or third place. But Maximum Impact might want to try and keep that clean record of 5-0 if they win this game.
Yeah, it could be a great opportunity for both teams to suss out the other team. As obviously they haven't played each other yet, so it will be helpful for the following stages. The Wet Bandits taking a humongously aggressive shot in their first go, clearly having no care for what is going on in this game.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see a different side to Maximum Impact here, practicing getting the ball as close to the pocket as they can. The black ball slightly closer to the left-hand side than the right. We've just seen a very, very aggressive shot here, which hasn't quite gone out of play, but there's two really aggressive shots here at the start of this game. It's clear that both teams understand that not much can change in the table proceedings or the outcome of first, second, and third here. So we're not going to see much of an intense game here.
Maximum Impact making a stunning shot there, knocking out the yellow ball of Wet Bandits and maintaining a point in the scoring zone. Luckily for the Wet Bandits, they can still knock their ball in as they have done here, but knocked it way too hard, completely into the pocket.
Well, when you said knock that ball in, I don't think you meant that knock it into the pocket like they just did there. So really, really sloppy play from the Wet Bandits. Of course, they're not really taking this game as a practice game for their second and third place semi-final game in the knockout.
Yeah.
So we might not see a positive light from this game from the Wet Bandits, but we have just seen a really poor shot there from Maximum Impact, knocking their own ball out as their first shot of the game. Very similar to what they did against Daddy's Clackers when they gave away a point, their first shot being very sloppy.
Do you think either teams are perhaps being a bit too hasty and not taking this opportunity to practice against each other, see who they might be facing in the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, well, as we just seen in the previous episode, Lion Aid's performance was very strong, and they are definitely in the 4th and 5th place playoff. So I think Maximum Impact do need to start taking this game very seriously, because I don't think it'll be the same pushover as the first game they played when they faced them, if they are to face them after the 4th and 5th place playoff.
And a hilarious shot there. Hilarious.
Yeah, we can definitely see that this is more of an exhibition game here. Anki Dams, the people's hero, setting up the table once again, placing the black ball, rolling it up and down with those hands which you just can recognise anywhere.
Yeah, both teams definitely trying to take some riskier moves, working out what they are and are not capable of. It's definitely a great time to practice and see what kind of shots they can make. Perhaps Wet Bandits are even setting up Maximum Impact slightly to think that they're not as good, like to not see how good a team they are, and how they got to the position they're in.
Yeah, we are seeing shots which are a little bit more risky, maybe getting it out of their system as early doors. And we've just seen the Wet Bandits take a 2-1 lead from a very sloppy shot.
Hey, I'm Kieran, the creator of Rubbish Snooker, which makes art out of litter on an outdoor pool table. And I'm really proud to sponsor the Vanguard Invitational line ball tournament, and check out rubbishsnooker.com.
There from Maximum Impact. Is this going to be the first loss for Maximum Impact? Let's see.
Possibly. This is the first time that another team has had the advantage on Maximum Impact. So seeing Maximum Impact lose before the knockouts might actually be very humbling for them, and maybe they'll take the rest of the games more seriously.
Yeah, they might do, or they might just completely dismiss this game because they've already cemented first after the first 4 games. So they can just take a bit of more of a relaxing game here. Games are going very quickly here. Maybe they're just trying to get it out of the way so we can get into the final group stage matches as the day is going on. It's a long day, hot conditions in Canterbury as this game is being played. So maybe they're just trying to get the group stages out of the way.
The exotic tropical location of Canterbury is definitely going to bring the heat today. I'm sure they all want to sit down, have a nice drink, and relax.
The blistering desert-like conditions of Canterbury blazing down on the players today. Blood, sweat and tears going into the tournament. And that is a fantastic shot there. One of the best shots we've seen in today's game against Maximum Impact. Right into the corner, right on the line of the cushion. Impossible to knock out. Maybe the Wet Bandits are showing Maximum Impact that they do have something about them, even if they are playing a few sloppy shots.
Both teams definitely taking some more risks and making some more sloppy shots. But as we can see from that shot, Wet Bandit definitely showing that they can make some quick, decisive, well thought out shots, even though they are quick. As you can see here, the first time ever we have seen Maximum Impact take a loss onto their register. They will not be getting that perfect score that they hoped for. The Wet Bandits proving that they can take down the tyrants of this tournament.
Yeah, massive result there for the Wet Bandits. I think that'll do a wonder for their confidence going into the knockout stages, knowing that they can beat Maximum Impact, who arguably have been the favourites so far in the tournament. 4-0 going into it, and all of a sudden they have just thrown away a win here, ruining that perfect record.
Definitely, and I'm sure it will humble Maximum Impact, who will maybe pay a bit more attention in going into the knockouts. Okay, as we can see here, Wet Bandits have moved up ahead of Daddy's Clackers, picking up 12 points going into the final, going into the end of the tournament for this group stage and into the knockouts.
Yeah, a fantastic performance there from the Wet Bandits, picking up 4 wins out of 5 in the group stages. The same as Maximum Impact. We do have to be careful for Maximum Impact though. Maybe that will rock their confidence going into the knockout stages, and depending on who they face, it will be Lineade versus either Alice or Red Hot Chili Potters in the round playoff before the knockout stages, who they will be facing in the knockout stages.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see from the knockout chart on the right. Whoever win, if Alice win their next game, they have a chance to play in the knockout stages, and whoever plays maximum impact will be impacted by that.
Yeah, a massive moment here in the final group stage game. The Red Hot Chili Potters hanging on by a thread, really hoping that Daddy's Clackers will do the business against Alice in their final game to also finish on 12 points.
Yes, a great score, an equal score to maximum impact there, and I'm sure in the knockouts they will continue to do just as well. The next game will be a much more high pressured game. This was obviously a great fun game, nice relaxing one before we get to the tension that we will see next when we see Daddy's Clackers play Alice, who are battling to stay in the tournament.
Yeah, exciting stuff in the next game. Once again, we should say thank you to the sponsor of the tournament, of the Vanguard Invitational, Rubbish Snooker, for sponsoring not only the tournament but the prizes won by the winning teams, and also Cousins Pool and Snooker Bar in Canterbury for allowing the games to be hosted on their tables.
Thank you very much for listening. Please join us again every Tuesday and Thursday. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment on who you think is going to go through, who your favorite players are, and how you think that the final knockouts are going to go. I would like to thank my fellow commentator, Matt, and I would like to thank you for listening today. See you again soon. Bye.
Bye!
Hi everybody, my name is Max Barrett and I'm the creator of Lion Ball Pool. I just wanted to hop in at the end of the video to say thank you so much for tuning in to the episodes of the tournament. We really appreciate you watching and supporting, so make sure if you enjoy these episodes, subscribe to the channel. At the moment we are uploading every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 PM UK time, so your subscription, it goes a long way. And the other thing I'd like to ask you to do is play Lion Ball. Go and play it in your local pool bar, snooker lounge, wherever you have access to, because we've had a lot of the players who are playing in this tournament be approached by other people in the pool bar, asking them what they're playing, having some rounds of Lion Ball, teaching each other the rules and trying out new tactics. So by playing Lion Ball and just going out there and enjoying it, you are helping to spread the brilliant work we're doing here on the channel and introducing a brand new game and bringing people together. So that means everything. And the other thing I'd love to do, and this is a bit of a reach, I would love to play Lion Ball Pool against Keanu Reeves. Now, can we make it happen? He is one of my favourite actors of all time. He is an inspiration, and if I could play against him in a game of Lion Ball, then I've won. So let's see if we can do it. Subscribe, comment, like, and let's see. I'll see you in the next video.